back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. So I'm back today to do some cross stitching, so you're more than welcome to join me today for a nice stitching session. So the piece that I'm currently working on is, as you know, Lakeside Village from Dimensions, and I have been working on this one now, trying to, you know, work on this because I really do feel like I need to finish this. It's been quite a while since I've started this, and also I really enjoy doing this one. I mean, especially because I've been working on other projects which have 18 count or 20 count, which are a lot smaller compared to 14 count, and this is 14 count, and you know, it's so easy, you know, you can just see the holes, and it's like, oh, you know, you don't have to like use glasses or anything, so it's amazing. So yeah, so I've been pretty much, I mean, trying to finish this side of the sea. Well, no, actually I would say the lake. There's a lot of blended colors in here, as you can see, different blues, and you know, my favorite color is blue, so I don't mind doing, you know, stitching blues, but I do feel like after I spend quite a long time doing one color, I really feel like I need to start a new color. I don't know if that's something that you find a lot as well, but I mean, I just need to start a new color after some time. And I have to say, my cross stitching at the back is actually not as messy as it usually is, which is strange. But yeah, I'm trying to make sure that the back doesn't come out as messy as it normally is, and I do this by you know, just making sure that I don't jump from one stitch to the other stitch. So if I'm stitching somewhere, let's say here, and then there's another stitch that I need to do here in the same color, I prefer just, you know, cutting the thread and then using the rest of the thread here, rather than wasting all the thread just from jumping from one place to another. So yeah, I find it a lot better. Okie dokie. Where's my needle now? Should be using a needle threader. A needle minder actually, but anyway, I don't know if you guys have the same issue, but honestly, sometimes I just, yeah, can't find my needle, and I'm like, oh my god, where's my needle? And you know, I've got a pet as well, so I'm just thinking like, oh my gosh, I get so anxious. And then I normally find my needle somewhere on my bed or, you know, on the floor, or sometimes even like on my clothes. Like I have literally even my needle, not my needle, my threads sometimes just hang from my clothes, and it's really like funny because, yeah, I would just go out, not realize, and then, you know, my friend will be just like, oh, you know, you've got a bit of thread hanging down, you know, your coats. I'm like, oh really? Oh, that's strange. I'm like, okay, how did it get there? So yeah, but yeah, apart from that, this week I have been seeing my best friend, which is great. I haven't seen her in, gosh, nearly 2 years. It's been a long time. Yeah, it's been a really nice catch up and we went to have brunch together. I am a fan of brunch. I love brunch. Yeah, so it was really lovely. We went to this shop which is close to my home, and it makes lovely, delicious pancakes. The pancakes are absolutely amazing. Amazing. They're so yummy. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's really expensive to go there, but once in a while it's nice because they have like a open kind of back garden where you can just sit, and when it's sunny, you know, it's lovely. It's really lovely. And the whole place has a bit of a Scandinavian kind of feeling to it, you know, the furniture and everything is really like pretty and yeah, designed in a very like cozy way. So yeah. Just thinking about what color shall I do next. I'm really not sure. I mean, part of me just wants to move up and start doing stitching over here, but then I still need to finish some of the parts at the bottom, like the bush over here. That needs finishing as well. So I'd rather finish one section and then move to the other, although sometimes the temptation is too great, and I just, yeah, go to another section. That's good. And I wonder, do you guys find like you need to change the location of your stitching once in a while? I get that a lot. Sometimes I just need to change it and just, you know, go stitch outside or go to the park and stitch, or, you know, to a coffee shop. I've got a friend who is into stitching like me, and we've been going to the coffee shop, well, this was pre-pandemic, to do our stitching, and it's always lovely because, especially if it's, you know, no matter the weather, you know, it's nice to just get something warm to drink or something cold to drink as well, and, you know, catch up and do a stitching that way. I mean, initially it was a bit weird when I first did it, because I've noticed that a lot of people in the coffee shop were like staring at us and it was making me feel a little bit uncomfortable. But then I noticed that a lot of the people there were actually really curious, you know, to see like what we were doing. And yeah, I think they were probably just in awe about what we were doing, and probably just very curious. I do get the random comments sometimes, like, oh, you're so young, you know, to be cross-stitching. Cross-stitching is a hobby for the old. And I'm always like, no, it's not. I'm fine, you know, there's nothing wrong with cross-stitching even if you're young, honestly. I mean, if it helps, you know, if it helps you, then it shouldn't be a problem for anyone. You know, I mean, you just go with it, really. And who cares what other people say or think? And, you know, I think I remember speaking about this with my friend the last time we met to cross stitch. You know, it's so hard sometimes to how do you say, to take that time to stitch during the day. As, you know, sometimes, you know, you might just feel really drained after work, or very tired after anything, you know, after a long day, and you just feel like, oh, I don't really know whether I want to pick up my stitching today. And that's fine. There are days where, you know, you don't want to stitch, and other days where you want to stitch. I think it's always, I mean, what I've come to realize over time is that it's important that we, you know, cross stitch when we feel we need to, and not the opposite, and not feel like we are obliged to do it, or obliged to do cross stitch all the time. Because, I mean, it should be something like a hobby, something that we enjoy. And that brings me to say that also that there was a time where I was planning to do cross stitching as a business, you know, open up my shop, you know, and where I would you know, sell my designs and everything. But the idea of, you know, cross stitching as part of like a job, so it just made it feel so like forced, and I don't want it to feel like that. I want, you know, to look at cross stitching as a hobby, as something, you know, that I enjoy, rather than something that I have to do, or that, you know, I need to do, or, you know, so yeah, I mean, I still do like some, you know, cross stitch cards, like, you know, birthday cards and things on commission. So once in a while, that's fine, but not make it like a full-time thing, or, you know, but that's just me. I mean, there's, you know, people out there who are who thrive in their cross stitch business, and I actually really admire them. You know, takes a lot of commitment, that's for sure. I mean, I've seen that, I mean, recently, since I've started my YouTube channel, I've been doing my cross stitch more regularly than I used to before, which is good. But yeah, I mean, I used to track my cross stitching as well, so every time that I would be cross stitching, I would be I had a small graph that I would be logging, you know, all the times that I was cross stitching during the week or during the month. And I started to notice a big shift. Like, there were times where I literally stitched very, very little, other times where I was stitching a lot. And I think it just depends on my anxiety levels. I mean, sometimes I feel super, super anxious and I just feel the need to cross stitch, and other times where I'm just, you know, I'm relaxed and I don't feel like I need to cross stitch, you know. So it just depends. There are days where I just want to stitch all day, but for some reason I'm never able to just stitch all day because of, you know, other commitments that I might have or unexpected things that happen during the day. And yeah, we've had quite a few issues at home recently with our as I said before, with our oven. We had electricians come round, and we also had issues with our washing machine, which basically flooded our kitchen more than once, which was not pleasant. It was quite hilarious though, I have to say. I mean, I did feel like it was hilarious at one point. I mean, the flooding was so literally uncontrollable. It would not stop, and it was quite scary as well because I started getting worried at one point because it was literally just invading the kitchen. And it was really large amounts of water as well, so yeah. So we're waiting to get that fixed still, which is not ideal, but anyway. Okay, so the back of this hopefully this is going to work. I'm sorry, I was trying to put my phone in charge if I can. Oops, I don't know if I put this on charge, did I? Hopefully. One would hope. Let's see. So in terms of stitching locations, I've been stitching in my living room most of the day. I think yesterday, and then I also stitched in my garden a little bit as well because it was really sunny. And then I stitched well, I'm stitching in bed now, which is my favorite comfy place, to be honest. I also have a desk in my bedroom as well where I stitch, but yeah, I mean, I prefer stitching in bed most of the time, just because it's more comfortable. I've also got a TV in my bedroom, so it's nice to just, you know, stitch and watch something on Netflix, or, you know, it's always nice to do that. Oops. Oh, gosh. Thinking about what herbal tea I should drink today. Got a lot of choice between peppermint, fennel, apple, jasmine, I usually have jasmine tea most of the time. I've had apple tea, apple herbal tea, and like spearmint and everything as well recently. So I think I should go with something more, maybe peppermint, or I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of ginger tea or lemon tea. As yeah, I just find it a lot like I mean, I like to drink it when I'm, you know, when I have a cold, or if I have a sore throat, then that's wonderful. But if not, no. Okie. That's good. Hopefully that's done. Okay, I was just checking that my phone is in charge, which it is. Last thing I want is for it to switch off. Okay. Oh no. Why is it so tricky today? I've got those days where I really find it difficult to thread my needle. It's really annoying, but I think this is one of those days. Okay. I sometimes just love, you know, stitching in silence and listening to the needle, like, you know, going in and out of the Aida. I just love the sound of it. It just makes it so relaxing some days. Yeah. Okay. Let's thread that again, I think. Oops. Okay. Okey-dokey. Oh no. Oops. Gosh, I think that was a big knot there. Oof. I'm doing half stitches for now, so that then I can just go back and do the crosses. I find it's a lot faster than doing one at a time.